Hi, everybody. Don't use a mic very often. Don't go karaoke. So, there's been a lot of talk about coral bleaching. Thanks to Carl. I don't need to cover that so much. But my story starts in 2010. This is not a new thing. All this bleaching stuff that you hear is not a new thing. My story starts in 2010. I was diving in Phuket. This island called Kobon. Small island, but beautiful reef. Talking hundreds of square meters of reef. Small fish swimming around and mantas overhead. So everybody was really happy. This was back in May 2010. And it was so good, we thought, okay, let's go back again. Let's go dive this place again. And in 2010, something happened. Summer. And the water got warm. Too warm. And the corals all died. When I went back in October, it wasn't like that anymore. Right? It wasn't even like that. It was like this. All dead. Everything was dead. Covered with algae. All the little fish were gone. Luckily, there were still mantas, so people were happy. But to me, it made a very deep emotional impact, right? I wanted to do something. First thing I did when I came back was I emailed a specific marine institute. I cannot say who. Even until today, 15 years later, they haven't replied me yet. So I figured, let's just do it ourselves. Around the same time, I heard about this guy. And he basically created a whole forest by himself. And I thought, if he can do this for land, why can't we do it underwater for the reefs as well? So that's what we tried to do. This is our site in Bali. Back in 2019, before restoration, you can see all the coral rubble and sand. This is evidence that there was a coral reef here. Now, if you look at the statue and the rock over there, this is what it looked like in 2021, only 2 years after restoration. Now, we put in some structures, planted some corals. I don't know where all the fish came from, but there they are. This is 2 years after restoration. This is 5 years. This is in 2024. Now, there's way too many fish in the way, but I show you the dark spots at the back there are the same statue and the same rock. Now, if this doesn't convince you yet, maybe this video will. This is from the same area, just swimming upslope. This is 2023, pre-AI, so not fake. True story. You can see the structures underneath, and the corals are so dense, and all that fish is over there, right? Oh, so much habitat now, only after 5 years after planting. This is how we used to do it. We used to place all our structures underwater, and we have tourists and volunteers come and participate to plant corals with us. That's me over there on the right, doing some maintenance on the older reef, because we don't just want to plant them. We still want to take care of them like a gardener does. Now we have a pontoon, right, over our reef. Our reef is right there on the side, and we don't even need to be a diver. Anybody can come and plant corals with us. We plant on the table right there. You can see them attaching the corals onto the star. And even the kids can come and enjoy it. And with their help, this is what we're able to have done. This is what we've done so far. Almost 6,600 square meters of reef, 7,500 structures underwater, and more than 320,000 coral fragments planted. By the end of the year, we should be putting another 30,000 more in, so we should hit 350 by the end of the year. Now, I built this as a non-professional. Right? I don't have a marine science degree. In fact, I'm computer science, completely different. And then now I have my own science team who's studying all this stuff, working with interns from around the world, collaborating with universities in the US, in the UK, and Australia as well. Maybe NTU soon. Along the way, we had Indonesian interns as well, a couple of months ago, with 8 of them from Java and Lombok, the neighboring islands. And this is what they built, our biggest structure yet. This is 2.5 meters tall, I think taller than this ceiling. And the fish love it, right? What makes me so happy about this is their country. This is their sea, this is their environment. And what I hope is that they learn all these things from me and go back to their islands and start other projects, right? Because we know the ocean needs this. So if you haven't already known or know about the ocean, right, I urge you to connect with it, dive in, immerse in it, and I'm sure you'll fall in love with it like the rest of us. I think quite a lot of you here are divers and enjoy nature. No, you wouldn't be here, right? So you already know this, right? But a lot of people don't, right? A lot of people don't. I believe that what is going to save the reefs are simple farming ideas, not the deep tech, not the AI, not these massive structures that you need a barge to bring out, right? Simple, no skill, cheap, modular. Because that's what the reef needs, right? The ocean is vast. We need kilometer scale reefs. That's what tourists want to see, right? Reefs full of life. Even better if they can participate in restoring it as well. That's what the local community needs, right? Sustainable income. They all want to eat, right? Even better if the sustainable income is coming from restoring reefs. Just like my team, almost 30 over locals, getting a sustainable income, helping us do these regenerative tourism activities with our guests, right? So over 20 years, I've been diving, and all the time I would see sites. Every year I go back, and it's always worse and worse. And I always wanted to build something that gets better every year. Now that I have, I'm very happy to be able to share it with all of you. Right? I hope it gives you hope as well, just as it does for me. Hope for nature, hope for our future. Yeah. I mean, if I can do this, just an ordinary guy, imagine what we can do when we all get involved. Thank you.